Hi Gemini, I'm Brenda and I'm here today to bring you your Angel Tarot and Oracle reading for the month of September 2018. I want to thank you for your interest in my channel and for viewing, liking, and sharing these videos. As you know, this is strictly a general reading, but if you'd like clarity, accuracy, and answers to any questions, I welcome you to go up there and press that button, and it will take you to my website where you can see the services that I offer and how to either schedule a private reading with me or a Reiki healing session. Okay, my twins, my Geminis out there, here is your beginning of your first week of September tarot card. And you've been given an Earth card, and this is the Knight of Earth. So Earth cards have to do with the material part of our lives, and often it has to do with the money that surrounds us in our lives and our careers and jobs and professions and how we receive and get that money into our lives. But it can also have to do with, the ecosystem. If some of you are involved for a cause, it has to do with saving Mother Earth, or you're helping with nature and the animals out there for a cause. This is showing me, though, that for some of you, you may have not been applying yourself as much as you should, and it's time to buckle down and get things done. Some of you may have been putting things on the back burner that you know you need to do and how to do it, but you just haven't mustered up the energy or the passion to move forward and do it. So you have to honor your previous commitments. If you've made promises, if you've given your word that you're going to do something, it's time now to step up and do that. Some of you Geminis, this will apply to, and others you're already doing that. But it is all about you getting things done and honoring your commitments and buckling down. So some of you, it may have to do with, things within your own home, within your own family circle, or it could have to do with at your place of employment. If there's things stacking up that you need to finish and complete or clear out, you need to do that. Please know that you're going to get it done, because this is the one that shows me your guardian angel is going to be right there to help you and guide you and lead you to get this done. In the middle of the first week of September, Gemini, you've been given an air card, and you've been given the Queen of Air. And air cards often have to do with dealing with legal issues or dealing with challenges that come into us where we have to make fair and just choices and decisions determined around other people around us. But this is showing me that you are coming into your own and you're starting to declutter your life. You're starting to get rid of any negative energy that you have enabled to surround you up to this point. It's coming into your own. It's spreading your own wings. It's realizing what brings you to your greater good and what you have to do to make those changes and bring in what it is that you want. You're going to be clearing out everything that doesn't serve you anymore. Some of you, it may be a physical cleaning out. It may be decluttering, material things around you in your life and in your space. For others, it may be clearing away negative people that bring that kind of energy into your circle that you don't find is helping you grow, expand, and just generally bringing you peace and happiness. And that's what we need to do. We need to surround ourselves with people that help us grow and expand and have the same desires and likes and see life the way that we do. I do see that, when you do this, when you start to clear away these things, the energy around you, clear away any physical things around you, generally make your circle a little less cluttered with things that don't help you grow and expand, you're going to see the humor in it. And I say this every time with this card because I love this card. We all get ourselves into those places in our life, and we need to do that. We need to delete certain people in our lives. We need to move on because they're not going in the same direction with us that we're going anymore. And at one time we may have walked side by side, but now we are moving in a different direction and they don't want to come with us. And that's okay. We all have to live our own life the way we choose. So clear it away, my friend, because you'll see the humor in it and you'll do that and you'll say, oh, I feel so much better. Why did I not do this long ago? Now, The oracle message that you're being given is infinite supply. I love this. So look what you've got. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. This is all about give and take, Gemini. This is all about realizing that, you know, when we open up to receive, we are able to give back in return. And it doesn't always have to be a money thing. It has to do with our energy. It has to do with how we treat others around us as well. So it's all about you knowing that you're supplied for today. Things are going to be okay. And the universe is watching out for you. So, you know, you may get into a situation where you think things are getting tight, or you're worried about finances or things. This is infinite supply. This means, you know, you'll always have a meal on the table and a roof over your head, and, you know, a beautiful world to look out onto. So, and when I say that, I refer to Mother Earth in the physical form, looking out the window and seeing that beautiful nature and scenery. This also talks about taking yourself to water. Water is a very, very healing element, Gemini. And as a woman, it's very, and of course I'm a fish, I'm a Pisces, it's like oxygen to me, but water is a very healing element. So the first thing we go to when we have a wound or an injury is we go to water. You know, whether we replenish our bodies with it or we pour it over an open wound. Water is healing. It's the first thing we go to, and it's also the main thing that we cannot live without. So it rejuvenates us, it heals us, it brings us peace. So if you're feeling a day where you're lacking that confidence or that positive energy, Gemini, find yourself somewhere to go, whether it's a lake, whether it's a stream, whether it's a beach, whether it's a canal, whatever has water. Go to that energy. You don't even have to get into it to feel the energy coming from it, and watching nature that grows and swims and is around and surrounds itself around that water. So that's what infinite supply, this card, refers to, Gemini. The beginning of your second week of September, you've been given an air card, and you have 2 and 3 in this reading, and this is the 2 of air. And again, air has to do with dealing with making fair and just decisions and choices around individuals and for our greater good. And it has to do with legal issues for others. But this is telling me that 2 very opposite energies are connected and not in a good way. You've locked horns. It's like neither one wants to make a decision, and they don't want to pull away and be the first one to make the decision because they're afraid if they do, they may make a mistake. Well, you know what? Somebody has to make this decision, because what happens is when you lock horns with opposite polarities, nothing moves. It's stagnant. It's still. It's void. You know, you can't move forward in a positive direction. You're stuck. You're stuck. And we know we can't go back. So I do see that, you know, it's a way of, you know, putting on the blinders and saying, la, 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 la. No, it won't work. It's pretending that there isn't a problem. So there's a situation for some of you where you've locked horns with another individual, and you know you have to make a decision and you don't want to do it. But I do see, and I say this all the time, Gemini, it will be you. You'll have the power, and you'll finally say, I'm fed up. I've had enough. I'm going to make the decision on this, and you're going to have to live with it because you chose not to. Okay, the middle of your second week, Gemini, you've been given the Queen of Earth. And again, I talk about Earth cards, you know, they can have to do with dealing with Mother Nature and the ecosystem and causes out there for nature and the animals, or it can have to do with our closest circle, which is our families, or it can have to do with our jobs, careers, and professions and how we bring that currency and abundance into our lives. But I do see this has to do with dealing with people around you that maybe you haven't seen in a while, that now all of a sudden you have felt this feeling of compassion and you've been reflecting on them. Excuse me, getting dry here. And you're going to take a sensible approach to it now. And they throw the word up forgiveness. They throw the word up compromise again to me, my guides. And you're going to be making time for those around you. And you're going to be dealing with any challenges now that have to do with individuals around you that may have created some, you know, challenges and some negative energy that they brought into the equation of your relationship. You're now going to look at it in a kinder, more understanding manner. You've had time to sit back, reflect on it, look at it and say, okay, enough is enough. We need to get on. We need to move on. We need to fix this situation. And I do see that that's what's going to happen. Okay, at the end of the second week, my friend, Gemini, you've been given, how ironic, after that card, you've been given this oracle message, peace. Look at that. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Look at this. This is a mother and a child. Perhaps there's an issue with a daughter for some of you, and that, you haven't been able to understand or, make sense of. So, and like this Walking of Horns card that you got at the beginning of that week, I see that it will be you that will be handing out, perhaps the olive leaf. You're going to be handing out the forgiveness card, or perhaps just saying, can we get together? Can we, talk this out, or can we just spend some time together? So there's no need to worry about this, as everything is going to work out beautifully. So it's the peace card. It's always looking for the peace in your life, and knowing that if there is an issue with someone, and it could be for some of you, it could be a daughter, or it could be another female around you, that, you've had a bit of a debate with, or a parting of the ways, or an argument, or just a misunderstanding sometimes, that, things will work out. So please know that to choose peace above all. Sometimes we don't even have to get into the details anymore. I mean, when you care and you love someone and you miss them and you want them in your life, you're going to want peace, and just say, that was then, this is now, let's move forward. The beginning of your third week, Gemini, you've been given a major card, and you've been given High Priestess. And this is all about trusting your own intuition, your own gut feeling, knowing that how you feel, is, and thinking about that. Thinking about what it is you're going to do and how you feel, and having patience and consideration to carefully do what you want before acting on it. So I do see time for you to reflect on that. I do see that you're going to be thinking about what it is you want to do. Perhaps it is that issue, making peace with someone in your life that you're reflecting on them and thinking about them constantly, and you're going to pick the phone up, or you're going to make a plan to meet with them, and maybe make that effort first. And I do see that that's what's going to happen here, because you know what, you know your power. You are the mother figure. You are, the head of the household, and the head of your life, and how you feel in your life. So listen to your own intuition. Trust it, okay? If you feel this is what you want to do, move forward on it, my friend. But you're going to have to think about things very, very carefully. It could not, maybe it doesn't have to do, for some of you, it may have to do with a person in your life. With others, it may have to do with a situation, or somewhere where you want to go with your life that you've been reflecting on, where you want to work, what you want to do, the people you want around you, the energy you want around you, what it is you're doing with a project you're working on, and an endeavor, and a passion, and, a project perhaps. So please consider carefully what it is you want before acting on it. Don't jump into the quicksand too fast. Think about it, how you're going to approach that situation. Sometimes you have to tweak the way things you've been thinking, or things that you've been doing. And if things aren't working out the way you want, sometimes you have to tweak them. You have to readjust them a little bit, and say, well, this didn't work, so now I'm going to do this. Here is your third air card that you have in the month of September, and this is the 10 of air. So this tells me that, things are going to improve. For those of you that have been in a difficult situation, things are going to get better. It's the end of that negative situation, that energy that you've been surrounded by. There's going to come change. Often with air cards, it has to do with, parting of ways, disbursements of properties, things like that. It's moving in a new direction. It's leaving something behind to move forward and make things better for yourself. And sometimes it's challenging when we go through those situations. So please know that there's change coming into some of you, and that you should expect things to get better and embrace that change. Don't dig your heels in. Don't look back, because the only direction you can go is forward. You can't go back. You can't change what has happened. So move forward and embrace that change that's coming in and expect things are going to improve and get better. For those of you that have addictive behavior, or you've been, doing the same old, and you're not getting anywhere, and that's like addictive behavior, know that things are going to improve there. It will be improvement there. You're going to change the way things have been going to make things improve for you. Those of you that actually are dealing with people that have addictions of some sort, perhaps substance abuse of some sort, it will be the recovering of that addiction. At the end of that third week, my friend, you've been given the card Fairness. That's your oracle message. Isn't that amazing? So the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So some of you, it may have to do with work. It may have to do with the, dealing with, giving out resumes and trying to go and have interviews, and things aren't working out the way you wanted. But know that, things are going to be handled in a fair and just manner. Some of you may be dealing with, challenges with an individual that you've locked horns with. That came up with that Two of Air. And know that it will work out in the end. I mean, the dove is here, and, it's a beautiful, beautiful picture of the doves flying around, this beautiful woman. And I mean, the dove is the bird of peace. The dove is, definitely good times coming and peacefulness and better energy around you. She's surrounded by a beautiful chest of gold. So things are going to happen. Perhaps some of you, it has to do with money. Know that you're going to be getting, in all fairness, the money that you've been applying for, or that you've been wanting, or that you've been desperately needing. So it's holding the lantern up and seeing the light on your path ahead of you, on the path, and holding your head up and going towards that light. So the situation is going to get better. It's going to get handled with fairness, okay? 5 of Fire for the beginning of the last week of September, Gemini. And there you go. There's the 5 of Fire. So this is telling me that, someone still may be, you may have this Two of Air and the locking of horns with an individual keeps coming into this equation with me. They're showing me there may be someone that you're thinking of that, that you've had in your life as a friend or a companion, or, a member of the family, or someone around you that, you thought you were close to, and all of a sudden you're not close to them, and you're wondering why. Well, it's because this card has to do with someone who has the same competing goals as you do. And I always tell people, the little green monster is going to get them and eat them up and spit them out. So it's not good. You may be having a little conflict or a disagreement with someone who has the same competing goals as you. But you know what? Just it's a heads up. You know how to deal with it, and do it graciously and with dignity. And you're bigger and better when it comes to that. They tell me the word stealing. Some people may be, I hate that word stealing, but they may be trying to take what you have and copy you. Okay, they just showed me a copycat too. So please know that they're trying to be who or have what you have. They're envious of that. Let it go, because you are you and they are them. And often, we can't be the same. We can't copycat anybody. We're one fingerprint in time. We're all individuals. So just be aware that there may be somebody out there that's trying to copy what you do, or, they may want to stir up your emotions a little bit, and that's because they are competing. They have the same goals as you. In the middle of your week, Gemini, you got the Lovers, and that is a major card, and that's all about, the obvious is it has to do with, intimate relationships. Some of you may be getting involved in a beautiful relationship, and you need to be balanced. You need to carefully weigh your decisions that you're making as well. It's also the card of good health. If some of you have been worried about your health, or someone close to you, know that it's improving. Things are going to get good. They use the word healing, and they use the word cure. So things are going to improve there too. Know that you're being watched over. Some of you maybe have been dreaming about wanting to meet your, your soulmate or your twin flame. You're feeling that it's time now on your path that you meet someone to share your your life with and your passions. I want you to start manifesting on that and start asking your angels and guides to send someone to you. But you want someone who will love you for every bit and accept you for every bit of you, not some of it, all of it. And you know what? It will happen. It will happen. I mean, you are who you are, and you need to stand your ground and don't bend and don't change for anybody. You are who you are. We can be compatible, of course. We do make adjustments, and we have to be adaptable, but don't change who you are just to have someone. So it's about intimate relationships and balancing yourself emotionally and spiritually, to accept someone to come in and to expect someone to come in. Know that your guardian angel is watching over you and is aware that that's what you're asking for. So you know what? Speak up, my friend. Speak up and ask your guardian angel and your guide to send you that person, that one special person, if that's what you want. All right, the final card for the month of September, Gemini, is prosperity. Oh, imagine, that's wonderful. So the universe is pouring in abundance to you. Be open to receiving. So abundance can come in, like I've said, in many forms: time, effort, or money. And whatever it is that your heart desires and what you're asking for from the universe, know and expect that it'll come in. Appreciate what we have. Okay, we have so much. So many others have so little or nothing compared to what we have. So it's all about appreciating what we do have, as little as at the time we think it is. We have more than many others. So please expect the universe to start pouring in some abundance in whatever it is you've been asking for. Time, effort, or money. It could be a relationship you wanted. It could be that job that you're looking for. It could be, some inheritance that you've been waiting for. Whatever it is, expect that the universe is going to send you that prosperity. Lucky you, Gemini. Well, I wish you a great remainder to the summer and a beautiful September to look forward to. Know that this is a general reading, and I'll see you again in October, and know that I continue to stand in that circle of light for you, my friend.